Hi stinky friends, welcome back to another video. In my mind, Halloween marks the end of fall and the beginning of winter. The days are colder and shorter, and I know that for a lot of us winter can be really hard on our mental health. In this video I wanted to talk about some of the small ways to make every day a little bit more cozy and to hopefully help fight against seasonal depression. These are all ideas that are either completely free, require items that you already own, or if you need to buy them, cost very little. If you've watched any of my videos, you know how important hobbies are to me, and I think that hobbies are even more important during the winter months when leaving the house becomes more difficult. So it's important to create a safe and calm space for all your favorite hobbies like reading, gaming, watching your favorite TV shows, crafting. I also think that taking the time to romanticize your cozy hobby space makes it even more enjoyable. So the way that I achieve this is my first step is to go and put on my favorite comfy clothes, like my favorite PJ set or my favorite sweatpants. My personal favorite is definitely baggy t-shirt sweatpants combo, but I also absolutely love a festive pajama set. I also feel like the importance of a clean pair of socks is overlooked and we don't talk about it enough. My favorite socks are Bombas because they are not too socky, and if you're a little bit neurospicy you'll know exactly what I mean, but they are just, in my opinion, the best sock. My next step is to make myself a warm drink. Being from England, tea is the solution to absolutely everything. If you're sick, cup of tea. If you're sad, cup of tea. Oh, you have something to tell me? I'll put the kettle on. You can tell me over a cup of tea. But there is something very cozy about hot chocolate with marshmallows during the winter season, and it also feels like a little bit of a treat. So once you're wearing your comfy clothes and you have your warm drink, it's time to light some candles and put some YouTube ambience on either the TV or your computer. My personal favorites are the seasonal ambience videos on YouTube where you're sitting in a cozy cabin in the middle of winter. The fireplace is going, there's a storm raging outside. Extra points if there is a cute little cat curled up on the sofa or in front of the fireplace. Find a calm and quiet space in your home, grab your favorite blanket, your snacks, and whatever hobby you're working on at the moment, and just take some time to relax and be creative. Taking time for hobbies and to rest your body is very important for your mental health and just overall happiness. Now that we've created a calm, cozy hobby space, I'd like to talk about other ways that you can romanticize these winter months with benefits for your mental health. So simmer pots are one of my absolute favorite things to do during the winter months. They make the entire house smell good. They don't make me nauseous like some candles do. And they also act as kind of a humidifier to add some extra moisture into the air, which is very important during the winter, especially when you turn the heat on in the house. It just makes everything so staticky and dry. Adding any kind of humidity back into the air is really important just to feel good, but it's also important for your health. In my simmer pots, I use oranges for prosperity and abundance, cinnamon for purification, and cloves to cleanse any negative energy. I also usually use cranberries and vanilla extract just because they smell really nice. Depending on how witchy you want to get, there are a bunch of other things that you can do with simmer pots, including putting your intentions into the simmer pot or just good thoughts, good vibes, good energy. I'm not really an expert on any of that though, so I usually just use simmer pots to make the house smell really nice. Next, I want to talk a little bit about seasonal baking. I know it's not the same for everyone, but baking for me is almost meditative, especially with recipes that I have made 1,000 times. It's really good for reducing my anxiety and giving me a sense of accomplishment. I think that baking seasonal recipes like apple pie or pumpkin pie is a really good way of romanticizing baking because those recipes remind me of holidays when I was younger and they're quite nostalgic for me. I also think that making comfort food is very important this time of year, and certain foods like soups and chilies not only make us happier, but they can also help boost your immune system to fight off colds. A way that I like to romanticize comfort foods or cooking in general is using recipe books from my favorite movies, TV shows, or games. I actually bought a Stardew Valley cookbook earlier this year and the winter recipes were so good. I'm actually really sad that it's currently in storage. They used all seasonal produce and it was even more fun because they were actual recipes from the game. I've seen a ton of these kind of recipe books. I know that Gilmore Girls has one and the Harry Potter books have one too. So whatever your favorite TV shows or movies or games are, you should definitely check and see if they have a recipe book associated with them. Next up is a little bit of self-care. Self-care and rest is even more important during the winter months since everybody gets sick and the air is so dry and it's just in general quite gloomy. My personal favorite way to romanticize my self-care routine is to add in a shower steamer. If you're someone who likes taking bath but doesn't have the time or the access, or you just don't enjoy taking baths, shower steamers are like bath bombs but for the shower and they make the entire room smell so good. They also just make me happy and they make me feel very fancy. I usually use shower steamers whenever I'm a little bit sad or I just need a pick-me-up, or even sometimes when I need motivation to shower. We've all been there where we get to the end of the day and we need to shower, but it just sounds like so much energy and you just can't be bothered. So usually I use shower steamers as a way to motivate myself to go and get in the shower. I've found them online and then I've also found them for really low prices at places like TJ Maxx or Home Goods. Okay, next up is the only item on this list which is a avoid doing this, and that is using the big light or overhead lighting. In general, I run a very strong anti-overhead lighting campaign. I think that it should be illegal and I very rarely use the big light if I can avoid it. What I actually didn't know until recently is that excessive lighting, especially at night or in the darker winter months, can have a really negative effect on your mental health. It can lead to all kinds of issues, including increased anxiety, depressive moods, not being able to sleep. So the way that you can avoid this is just by using candles or lamps instead of the big light. I also think that using those instead of the big light creates a much more comfortable space to spend time in. My last couple ideas for how to romanticize your winter include going outside. Hear me out. I know. I know it's not great. I know we don't want to go outside. It's too cold. It's too dark. The wind literally hurts. But I tried my best to include only 2 ideas that are both simple and accessible. My first idea is going for a walk with a hot drink. There is something about going for a walk outside when it's cold and holding a warm drink in your hands that just cannot be explained. It is such a simple joy, and really having something warm to drink when it's cold outside just makes the whole experience a lot better. And exercise such as walking is a great way to improve your overall health and your mood. Walking has been proven to help you process emotions and also to reduce anxiety. I know that trying to get a daily walk in has been part of my chronic pain therapy that I'm currently going through, and it has definitely overall helped my pain levels, my mood, and it has overall just helped me talk to myself in a more positive way. You could also take pictures while you're going for the walk on your phone or with a camera of really just anything that interests you. Just take a picture of it. I think that photography in general is a great way to change your perspective on things, and it also helps you just slow down and notice new things, or maybe things that you have never even looked at before or paid attention to. The second idea I've mentioned previously in other videos, but I think it's especially important during the winter months, and it is to sit outside to drink your morning drink or eat your breakfast. This for me personally really changes my entire outlook on the entire day. It helps me feel a lot more grounded and sets the baseline for the day. I can notice a significant difference between my mood for the entire day if I start the day by doing this versus if I start the day on my phone doom scrolling. Getting sun in the winter is also very important because our bodies still need vitamin D even though it's cold outside and the days are shorter. Usually when I do this, I will either sit and think about things that I'm grateful for. I will try and notice things about my surrounding scenery, things that I can feel, things that I can hear, things that I can smell. Or sometimes I will write in my journal if I really just need to process some emotions that I'm having. Okay, that is the end of my ways to romanticize winter. If you have anything that you would like to add, or if you would like to talk to me about any of my ideas, please leave a comment. I would love to talk to you. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you again soon. Bye!